Hi kids. Today we're going to be making this simple Valentine's card for beginners. On the outside it says love, and on the inside it says Happy Valentine's Day. It's a very simple card to make. Here's what you need. You'll need a stamp that says love. I got it out of this set. It's a clear stamp set, has 4 words in it, some little swirly gigs, and I just chose to use this stamp. A stamp that says Happy Valentine's Day. This is from 1993 Stampin' Up! Set. So you'll need that. You'll need real red ink pad. This one's very old. It's from the 90s and it still works. You'll need a block for your stamp. I already got the stamp on here, but an acrylic block for your stamp. You'll need white pigment ink. You'll need a punch, a heart punch. This is from Stampin' Up. The way these punches work, it looks kind of rough to use, but it's not. You squeeze it, you push the button, and it opens. You slide your paper into this slot, and then you squeeze it again, and that's how you use the punch. What paper will you need? You'll need a 5.5 by 2 inch piece of cardstock. I used black with some words on it, or dark gray. And it's not cardstock, it's just scrapbook paper. You'll need a 5.5 by 4 inch piece of white, Whisper White from Stampin' Up! Works great. And an 8.5 by 5.5 piece of real red to match your real red ink. I also used a bone folder, a pair of tweezers, Tombow mono liquid glue multi. I got that from my Stampin' Up. You can get that from Stampin' Up. And a scoreboard. So let's get started. You don't have to use a scoreboard if you don't have one. If you're a beginner and don't have a scoreboard, you can just fold the paper and use the bone folder. I like to score my paper with the scoring tool. I think it makes a nice fold. Because it's an 8.5 piece of paper, I need to fold it at 4 1/4 to make a nice symmetrical card. And like I said, if you don't have a scoring board, they're a little bit pricey, so don't stress over it. I'll show you how to fold it in half. You just take the corners, and I do this even whether I scored it or not. You take the corners and line them up with each other and pinch the paper like that, and then push the paper down on the table, and then just flatten it out with your thumbs. You use your bone folder to get a nice tight crease, and that is how you fold a card. Now, the next part. Oh, I forgot, you need a ribbon also. You need some ribbon for this project. The first thing to do is take your punch. I'm going to take my little Stampin' Up! Punch, and I'm going to flip it over so I can see where I'm punching, and I'm going to punch out 2 hearts, and I'm going to punch them at an angle. This one at an angle away from me, and this one at an angle towards me. And the reason that you do this upside down is so that you can make sure that you're on the paper. We're going to set these hearts aside because we're going to use them later. And there you have it. The next thing to do is to take your real red ink and your love stamp and ink it up. Just get lots and lots of ink on that stamp because you want to have a really good impression. If you don't have plenty of ink on your stamp, then the picture won't come out quite as nicely. So I'm just going to place this up in this corner, and I'm going to push really hard on my stamping block. I'm going to just really give it a good push and then pull off. Ooh, there's a great impression. The next thing I'm going to do might seem a little silly that I'm doing it now, but I'm going to line up my ribbons. You'll see in a minute why this is important to do now. I'm going to line up my ribbons. I'm going to poke them through the heart holes. Heart holes. I don't know why that strikes me as funny. And I'm going to tie a double knot. And I don't think I have a long enough piece of this black and white. I might have to cut another piece of the black and white. We'll see here in just a second. Oh, I think it's going to be okay. Just tie a double knot. Double knot, double knot, double knot. There you have it. I'm going to trim the ends. My handy dandy snips. And there you go. The next part of this project is to take your 5 1/4 by 2 piece of scrapbook paper. Turn your white card over. Take your glue and glue all around here. Let me talk about for a minute Stampin' Up! Celebration program. Now is the time to order from Stampin' Up! Because with every $50 you spend, you get a free gift, and it's offered in the Celebration catalog. And I have those on hand. I believe it runs through the 31st. So you have just a few days to order. You can find all of those online at www.happymailbyleanne.stampinup.net. I know it's a mouthful. Okay, the reason I'm putting the glue here instead of here is because I don't want glue poking through the hearts. So we're just going to lay this on there. Flip it over, adjust our position, and push it down. So that's a really good deal right now. Now while that dries, we're going to stamp the sentiment and decorate the inside of this card. Also during Celebration, if you sign up to be a demonstrator with Stampin' Up!, it's only $99, and you get to choose what goes in your kit, and you get 2 free stamps. Again, I'm going to ink up this stamp. I like wood stamps. They're easy to use, but they take up a lot of room. So I'm going to center it and just push down really firmly and lift up. And there you have a Happy Valentine's Day inside card sentiment. Then I'm going to take these little hearts and I'm going to glue them to the inside. This glue, this green glue, you don't need much of. I'm barely putting it on. I have the tip right next to the paper, and I'm squeezing, but I'm not squeezing to the point that a bunch of glue is coming out. It just barely comes out. That's because it's such a strong adhesive. That's all you need. Now, if I'm putting a big embellishment on my card, I'm going to use a different kind of adhesive. But for just paper, it's all right. It's all right. It's okay. Okay. There's the inside of the card. Very beautiful. Now our next step is to glue the card front on. If you're enjoying this video, smash the like button and please hit subscribe. I'd love to make more cards with you, tell you more stories. I'm not telling you a story today, but normally in my videos I tell stories about my life as we're making cards. Particularly my cancer story, that I'm still recovering from cancer. That's why I started a YouTube channel. And oh, I got a big glob there. So if you get a big glob, you can just take the tip and just spread it out. And there's this wide tip on the other side that I like to use to spread out when I accidentally put a big glob. Typically I use my ATG gun for this, but I wanted to show you how to use the glue. So then you just line it up as square as possible. With this glue you have a little bit of wiggle room. You can fidget with it until you get it where you want it. And there you go. That's all there is to it. One Valentine's Day card for beginners. The thing you need to do now is sign the back of your card. I have a stamp. It's customary to sign the back of your card so that those that receive it know who made it. So always sign the backs of your cards. Thank you for watching, and again, if you enjoyed it, smash the like button and subscribe. And as always, if you love me, share. Thanks.